Alright, today we're going to make a hair scrunchie. It looks kind of like this. Now, let me preface this by saying this is not hard to do. In fact, it's easy once you get the hang of it. But it is definitely the most awkward thing we've done. You have to kind of work with it. So what you're going to do is start with a hairband. You're going to give it a good stretch to make sure that it has stretch to it and that it's not going to break right away. This works better if you use thicker yarn. So, okay, I'm going to try to get through this. You're going to put these yarn together. Don't tie them, just make a loop. So you're going to put them together. I would have the long end, the working yarn, on the front side and the short end on the back side. Keep them kind of separate. You're going to put your hairband over the loop. You're going to insert your hook, twist it. Got to kind of work with it here. Grab the working yarn, which remember we had in the front. You're going to pull it over the top and through the loop. And then you have your 2 sets of yarn back here, and you have a loop on the top. Let's do that again. You're going to make a loop of the yarn. Keep your working yarn in the front and your short yarn in the back. Put the rubber band or the hair tie over the loop. Stick in your hook from the bottom, twist towards you and around. You're still holding these threads. You're going to grab the working yarn, which is the long yarn. Pull it over the top. You got to kind of hold it all and through the loop. Pull down tight. You got your 2 yarn and your 1 loop on the thing. Do it one more time for you. Make a loop. Long yarn in the front, short yarn in the back. Put your hair tie over it. Stick your hook in from the bottom. Twist it towards you all the way around. Grab that long working yarn, pull it over the top and through the loop. Tighten it down. Okay. Now, this is where it gets kind of awkward. We're going to weave the short yarn in, so you got to keep a hold of it. You're going to go under the rubber band, grab the long piece of yarn, bring it through. So you have 2 loops now on one side of the hairband. You're going to yarn over, pull through both loops, tighten it down, and kind of pull these together on the hairband. See what I mean? It gets kind of awkward because you have to kind of hold everything. So you're going to hold the short end down with the hair tie. Go under the hair tie, grab the yarn and pull it through. So you've got 2 loops on your hair tie, on your hook. You're going to grab it, grab the long yarn, pull it through both loops, tighten it up together. So basically it's doing a single crochet through the hair tie. Now remember, single crochet is where you loop over once and then pull the yarn through both loops. Okay, so you're just going to keep going around. You've got to kind of hold it and work with it. It gets kind of awkward, but you're just going to keep doing that. Pull down kind of tight. You're going to do about 36-ish to 40. You don't have to count them, but just so you know, that's where we're at. 36 to 40 single crochets around this hairband. And you just keep going around. See how it's kind of loose right here? You just got to pull tight and work with it. Underneath, grab the long yarn while you're still holding on to the hair tie and the little yarn. Pull it under the hair tie, yarn over, pull through both loops. Pull down tight and pull together. Keep going around. What you're doing is you're kind of burying this short end so you don't have to weave it in later. Okay, sorry. Always go under, grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through both loops, tighten it down and pull it together. Go under the hair tie, grab that long yarn, pull it through, yarn over the top, pull through both loops, tighten it down and tighten it together. So the object is, you don't want to see the hairband in between these little loops on the thing, so you want to pull it together. And to do that, you have to make it kind of tight, but not super tight, because you're going to be working into that yarn in a minute. But you're going to keep going around. Go under the hair tie, grab that long yarn. You have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through both loops, tighten it down and tighten it together. Go under, grab that long yarn, pull it through. So you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull it through both loops, tighten it down, tighten it together. So you're going to go all the way around, and then I'll get back with you. Okay, when you get to the point where your short yarn is getting kind of in the way and you've kind of buried it, you can just kind of ignore it, and we'll cut it off in a minute. So then you can just go around without burying that yarn. And we'll just cut it off in a minute. So you go under the hairband, grab the yarn, you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through. And it's kind of awkward, like I said, because you have to kind of hold everything and make sure everything is going the right way. And not bunching up on you and not curling, and it's just kind of awkward, but you just keep working with it. I promise you'll get it. You just have to keep working with it. Keep going all the way around, and I'll get back with you. Alright, you can see we're almost at the end, and you keep scooting over, stretching it a little. Keep going. And you're gonna kind of think, oh, I did that wrong. Don't yarn over first. You're going to kind of think you're at the end, but you're going to keep scooting it over. So, you can always do a little bit more. And you want to do a little bit more. And that is because, hold on, that's too loose. When you actually use this hairband, you're going to stretch it to go around your head, and you don't want this stuff showing in between. Or the hair tie showing in between, I guess I should say. Okay. Keep going. See how there keeps being more room on that hair tie? That's what you want. But you want to kind of make sure this all stays this pointed the same way, so it all stays pointed up. You don't want it to curl up on you, or, you know, go upside down or whatever. So you're going to keep going. And see how it looks like it's done there? Scoot it over a little bit more. See, it gets kind of awkward. You just have to work with it. Okay, I think we're going to do one more. Okay, that's good enough for me. Now, you're going to go into that very first stitch that you did at the very beginning. You're going to do a slip stitch. So without yarning over or anything, you're going to put it through that first stitch, which is going to be tight, so you got to kind of fit it through there. Yarn over, pull through that stitch, and then pull through that loop. That was a slip stitch. So now what you're going to do is 2 single crochet into each stitch, and it's going to be real tight, but you got to just make it work. So you on the next stitch, you're going to go single crochet, so under, so there's 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through. Then in that same little hole in the first stitch, you want to do another single crochet. And what's going to happen is it's going to make it, see how it kind of curls? It's going to make it curly. So you just keep going around, and in each stitch you want to do 2 single crochets. Put it through that same hole. Single crochet. Go to the next one. And they're going to be kind of close together, so you got to pay attention to what you're doing. Because it's going to look like you've already gone into that stitch, but you haven't, because they're so close together and tight. Into that same hole, you're going to do a second single crochet. And again, this works better with thicker yarn. Not that it works better, it just goes quicker with thicker yarn. If you use a thinner yarn, you're going to have to do more stitches around and kind of work with it a little bit more. And so you go into that next one, single crochet. Single crochet into that same hole. Got to kind of watch what you're doing, because it's really easy to skip stitches because they're so close together. So you got to really pay attention to what you're doing here, and it is going to be a tight squeeze. Just make it work. You just got to kind of work with it, and this is going to get curly. Just kind of move it out of the way. Single crochet. And into that same hole, do another single crochet. See, this isn't hard at all. It's just awkward, because you got to kind of hold everything and really watch what you're doing. Single crochet. And single crochet into that same hole, 2 in each one. Okay, you're going to go all the way around and I'll be right back with you. Alright, you're going to see it starts to get kind of curly. Also, your band might start to twist up, and that is okay. Just trust the process and keep going. 2 single crochets into each of the stitches on the band, and you really need to pay attention because the stitches are close and it's really easy to miss. Also, it's really easy to forget what you're doing and only do 1 single crochet into the stitch, so kind of really watch each time to make sure you've done 2 single crochets into each stitch. Alright, I'll be right back with you. Alright, you can see I'm almost at the end. I only have 1 more stitch to go. So I'm going to do a double crochet into that final stitch. So you're here back at the beginning. You're going to go into that first stitch that you did, and you're going to do another slip stitch. So without yarning over or anything, stick your hook through that stitch, yarn over, pull through that stitch, and pull through the other loop. Now you're basically done. You just want to take your scissors, cut off 4 to 6 inches. You're going to yarn over and pull through and pull tight. Then you're going to kind of weave it in, weave that tail in. Back and forth. Just a couple times because you pulled tight, so it should be secure. You're just hiding that yarn in. And then I cut off the excess. And I go back to that yarn we had at the beginning, that little bit left. Cut it off pretty close. Make sure you don't cut your project. Oopsie. And there you have your hairband. These make great presents. You can make them for yourself. And actually, once you get the hang of it, they go pretty quickly. You could make one in about 15 minutes probably. It's just awkward at the beginning to get used to doing it, but I promise you, you can do it. Don't give up. You got this. Hairband.